Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. So yes, and see if I say started on the thumbnail, we are back with another Premier prediction. That is right guys, today I'm predicting Premier League Game Week 10. That is right. Unfortunately I missed last week because I was busy, but we are back with Game Week 10. And God guys, this league is spicing up. So if you like today's video man, hit a like button, subscribe if you're not ready. If you support a team in the Premier League and you want to see what score I predict them, just stay around for the video guys, watch the video because I'll get into it one by one. So without further ado, let's begin with Premier League Game Week 10 predictions. This is 13th versus 15th. This is Brighton versus Leeds guys. So Brighton lost 4-2 to Man United. They were 3-0 down, come back to 3-2, and then obviously they scored, Man United scored later on, but Brighton really pulled a fantastic 3-0 loss into a draw. So Brighton battled hard, but it just wasn't good enough towards the end. Danny Welbeck guys, he is going to be their star man this season. He's already scored, I think he scored like 5 to 6 goals this season already, and if they can get him scoring goals, you know, all through the season. And then, in my opinion guys, I think Danny Welbeck should be called up for the England squad for next year's World Cup. That is right. Yes, he's 34 years old right now, but the way he's playing, there's no other striker for England who is in form. Obviously, you've got Ollie Watkins who ain't scoring goals. In my opinion, Danny Welbeck should be the backup to Harry Kane in the next World Cup next year. We'll see what happens though, guys. But yeah, Brighton were on a 4-game unbeaten streak, but obviously that loss now puts them down to 13th place. But overall, so far, so good for Brighton. They're up against Leeds, who beat West Ham 2-1. That moves them up to 15th place. I've got to say, Leeds are battling, they're working hard, they're playing as a team, they are fighting for each other, guys. And I say to you all the time, as long as you do them 3 basic things, work hard, play together, and work rate, then you should be okay for the Premier League. So yeah, so they've set in 15th place. They were on a 2-game losing streak, but for that win now, that now sees them 6 points above the relegation zone. So Leeds have a bit of breathing space, but I believe guys Brighton will come back this week and get that win. So that's why I got Brighton guys to beat Leeds 2-1. Next we've got Burnley versus Arsenal guys. So Burnley with a massive 3-2 win against Wolves. That is right guys. That game looked like it was going to end as a 2-2 draw, but 95th minute, Lyle Foster with a fantastic little tap round the keeper, fantastic finish, fantastic win for Burnley as well. Scott Parker, man, he's done a fantastic job, and now Burnley sit on a massive 2-game win streak. So now that sees them at relegation zone on 5 points, above 5 points. So Burnley again, just like Leeds, have some breathing space. And I've got to say, guys, all the 3 promoted teams this season have done super well. They are, they are proving that they belong in the Premier League, and to keep doing what they are doing, then they should be okay. But yeah, Scott Parker, my man, has done a fantastic job for Burnley, and can Burnley keep up this run of games, of winning games? And we shall find out. Up against Arsenal, who beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Their summer signing Eze scored against his old team Crystal Palace. Win 1-0 guys, but because of that now they sit a massive 4 points above 2nd place, and that is 4 wins on the bounce guys. So is this the year guys Arsenal can pull off a title win? We shall find out. But so far so good for Arsenal, and they keep doing what they are doing, then I don't see why not, man. So just on that guys, I've got Arsenal to beat Burnley 3-1. Next we've got Crystal Palace versus Brentford guys. So Crystal Palace lost 1-0 to Arsenal. Obviously a few weeks ago they ended their 17-game unbeaten streak, and then now they've dropped down to 10th place. So 2 weeks ago Palace were like top half the table, like top 4 I think it was, and obviously now they are slowly creeping down. But Palace will be fine this year guys, because they are playing some good football, and the only problem in my opinion is they are set to lose Mark Gay in either this January transfer window or even by the end of next year, because he has refused to sign a new contract at Crystal Palace. So in my opinion, Palace need to cash in on Gay this January to lose out on getting like, you know, at least 20 million for him, because obviously because his contract runs out this year, guys, that automatically brings down his price tag, because obviously, you know, he's free to speak to other clubs. So yeah, in my opinion, Palace need to sell in Jan, just get at least 20 million for him, because if they lose him on a free, that's a massive problem for them. A good player like Mark Gay should not be going for free money. So we'll see what happens with that one, guys. But up against Brentford, who beat Liverpool 3-2. Fantastic win for Brentford right there. And I've got to say, guys, Keith Andrews has done a fantastic job. Their Kyoto, whatever his name is, who was just the long throw-ins, man, that is a machine. That is a set piece itself. Brentford have really impressed me this season. They are now on a 2-game win streak, and this is 10th versus 11th. Both of these sides want to win this game, because that will take them up the table massively. But yeah, guys, I've got to say, Brentford have looked a good side this year. They've got that Igor Thiago, who was injured last season, but he is now fine on the back of the net. He scored 6 goals this season, and I've got to say, I like Brentford, man. You know, fair play to them. Jordan Henderson is so far being called the summer signing of the transfer window. And I've got to say, the way he is bringing this Brentford side together, fantastic. And I've got to say, he's still got it at 36, 35 years old. Still got it. So fair play to them. Free transfer for Jordan Henderson. Massive that is. Anyway, guys, I've got this game to end as a draw. That's right, guys. I've got Palace versus Brentford to end as a very exciting 1-1 draw. Next up, we've got two of the worst teams in the league so far. We've got Fulham versus Wolves, guys. That is right. Fulham are now on a 4-game losing streak. They lost to Newcastle in their recent game 2-1. And in my opinion, Fulham are finding it hard to score goals. In their first 9 games, they've only scored 9 goals. That is a goal a game, but they're letting in, you know, they're letting 14 goals this season already. And Marco Silva, like I say, he's a fantastic manager, but Fulham, I don't know what's happened with Fulham this year. They had a great start to the season, and now they are falling down that table. They now sit in 17th place, 3 points above relegation. So again, because all the bottom teams have done awful this year, they have some space in the bottom 3. So yeah, Fulham 3 points ahead of the relegation zone, but they keep losing games, then it's going to be awful for them. They're up against Wolves, who in my opinion, guys, are having a shambolic season. They only sit on 2 points in the first 9 games. You've seen their manager, yeah, he was having an argument with fans, Wolves fans, after the game. He didn't like the fact the fans were saying he's going to get sacked in the morning. Then he started like having a go at the fans, and then apparently I've heard Joseph Sarr as well, their goalkeeper, has also had a go at the Wolves fans recently, you know, before training. So it's all falling apart for Wolves, guys. Manager has been confirmed that he is safe for now. With arguments with the fans, guys, it will not go down well. And I've got to say, he could be the next manager sacked if he loses this game as well. So yeah, it's on borrowed time now for their manager. And Wolves, the fact, guys, Wolves only sit on 2 points is unreal. So yeah, just on that, guys, I've got Fulham to beat Wolves 1-0. Forest versus Man United, guys. So Forest sacked Nuno Santo, sacked Pogoloskulu. Now they've brought in Sean Dyche. In my opinion, Sean Dyche is not a manager who can win you titles, who can be successful. He's a manager that is good with stability, trying to get the team motivation back up, trying to get the confidence back in the players. Sean Dyche takes no messing, and I've got to say, I think it's a smart move by the chairman. Smart move. Yes, he won't win your titles, but he does bring that stability back into the side. And yeah, Forest, guys, in 18th place, only on 5 points. What happened to last season, man? What happened to last season? Yeah, overall, not a good season, but like I say, Sean Dyche in charge now. He will tighten that defence up for them. But man, it's not looking good for them. Up against Man United, guys, who have now won 3 games on the bounce. That is right, I can't believe I'm saying this. Ruben Amorim has now won 3 games on the bounce and they have moved up to 16th place in the table. That is right, guys. 6th place in the table. So that is mental. 6th, considering how poor they were. They're literally now only 6 points behind leaders Arsenal. So don't tell me Man United are in a title shot. I don't know. But anyway, guys, yeah, overall, like I say, good response from Ruben Amorim. Good response. That is what we want to see from Man United. We want to see them battling. Mbeumo back on the score sheet. He's now looking the part of the player that they brought start of the season. And Cunha looking decent as well. So you know what, guys? This could be a massive turnaround for Man United. I can't believe I'm saying that. But anyway, just on that, guys, I've got Man United to beat Forest 2-0. This is a London derby, guys. It is Spurs versus Chelsea. Spurs beat Everton 3-0 at the weekend. Now sees them sit in 3rd place. And I've got to say, this is the best I've seen Spurs play in a long time. And yeah, João Palhinha, who they signed from BRNLEY on loan, he is a different grade, man. He needs to be signed from Spurs full time when that contract runs out for the loan. In my opinion, he has been the difference for them this year. He's just like, you know, I don't want to compare him, guys, but he's a bit like Man City's Rodri, where he picks up the ball, wins the ball in midfield and starts the attack. And yeah, I've got to say, Spurs are looking solid. The thing about Spurs, guys, all their players are scoring goals. It isn't just the strikers or midfielders. Defenders are also scoring goals. And Thomas Frank has got some... You know, Thomas Frank has done something good at Spurs already. To sit in 3rd place in his first season, in charge. You know what, they could compete for the title. We'll see what happens there, guys, because Spurs are Spurs and they will end up slipping down that table. Up against Chelsea, guys, who are now in 9th place in the Premier League table. That is right, 9th place, man. Yeah, I've got to say, guys, considering they lost 3-2 to Sunderland, right, and I've got to say, they didn't look very good. The team Chelsea have, they should be doing much better than what they are. In my opinion, a lot of Chelsea fans have said the same thing. Enzo plays the same system when they are losing. He just makes the same subs. Doesn't change the formation, don't change the tactics. He just brings on off players, brings on similar players in the same position, and they try and do it again from there. But in my opinion, guys, Enzo Maresca is a one-trick pony. Once you work him out, it will be worked out, and I think that's what's happening at Chelsea. You know, change it up, guys. Change it up. But he doesn't, you know, he don't seem to do that. But yeah, Chelsea sitting 9th place, guys. Are just on that alone. I've got Spurs to beat Chelsea 2-1. Next, we've got Liverpool versus Aston Villa. This is 7th versus 8th, and I've got to say, guys, Liverpool lost 3-2 to Brentford. Now that puts them on a 4-game losing streak. Okay, yeah, pretty poor. 4-game losing streak for Liverpool. I never thought I'd see the day. They're now dropped down to 7th place in the table, and 7 points behind leaders Arsenal. And I've got to say, some inquiries at Liverpool, guys. I've seen a lot of fans and even old professional footballers, e.g. for Rooney, for example, said that they haven't got any leaders in the side. I mean, I don't agree with that, because they've got Van Dijk, they've got Salah, they've got, you know, a World Cup winner, they've got everything, guys. It isn't about leadership. I think it's just confidence, in my opinion. I've seen a comment online from Slot saying Salah hasn't really recovered from the Diego Jota passing. And to be fair, I do kind of see that, because he hasn't been scoring that many goals since that happened. Liverpool, guys, will bounce back, but when, though? That is the problem. That when will they bounce back? Because, as I say, they lost 4 games on the bounce now, and against Aston Villa, who are on form. Villa, guys, sit on the same points as Liverpool, but the opposite direction. Villa have won 4 games on the bounce. Okay, so Villa, guys, are coming back into their form again, which is good to see. They're sitting 8th place, 4 games win streak, and yeah, I don't know, man. I've got a feeling Villa could do it. Considering how poor Villa went Villa, before the start of the season, went on a 3-game unscoring streak. So Villa did not score for 3 games in the Premier League. So I thought, damn, this is going to be bad. But they have turned it around now. And in my opinion, they could beat Liverpool. I think Liverpool guys will find a bit of fight in them. So I do think this game will end as an exciting draw. That as well, guys. I've got Liverpool versus Villa to end as a 2-2 draw. West Ham versus Newcastle. So guys, West Ham sitting 19th place, only on 4 points this season. They sacked Graham Potter, brought in Nuno Santo, and Santo, guys, has not done any better than Graham Potter. Yes, I know it's still early days for Santo. Trust me, give it time. Santo is a fantastic manager. I mean, we'll get them playing some good football. But what I see in this West Ham side is lack of confidence. Okay, they seem so easy to play around the midfield with. As soon as a team exploits the space in midfield, then that's when West Ham are on massive, in massive trouble. To me, West Ham just look too easy to play against, and they sort that out quick time because they just sit on 4 points. West Ham are a massive club, and they should not be in 19th place and 9 games in. But Premier League, guys, it is ruthless. Okay, and yeah. So West Ham need to find out their way of playing now, because they look far too easy to play against, and in my opinion, that will come back and hit them hard. Up against Newcastle. Newcastle beat Fulham 2-1, which now see them sit in 12th place. Newcastle, again, just like Villa, they had a poor start to the season, but they are slowly coming back up now. Waldemar looks solid. Obviously, I said this last week, Newcastle getting rid of Isaac was a good choice for them. Getting all that money in, because now Isaac, guys, he can't make the Liverpool side either. And something quite right with Isaac. I think it's the way he was treated Newcastle. I think his fitness isn't quite there yet. But they signed Waldemar, and he's in every single thing that they do in the attack. Because obviously once Newcastle cross the ball in, he's always there, because he's like 6'6". He's a massive unit. And yeah, you know what, guys, Newcastle are bouncing back. And the way West Ham are right now, I've got Newcastle, guys, to beat West Ham 3-0. In my opinion, guys, this is going to be game of the weekend. It is Man City versus Bournemouth. That is right, man. So this is 2nd versus 5th. Man City lost 1-0 to Aston Villa, and they sit in 5th place. To come back, then they start losing again, then come back and start losing again. Man City, to me, just aren't consistent enough this season. And Haaland, people were saying about Haaland, Haaland's going to break Vardy's record. I just tell you one thing right now, my boy Vardy, man, scored 11 consecutive games, and Haaland's only on 6 games consecutive. So all you fans saying, Haaland's going to beat it, so far off, man. So it's still 5 games away. So yeah, so because of that, he now failed that. So Vardy's record still stands, and people were bigging Haaland up so much, he let you guys down massively. Man City have been without Rodri again, and that is a big part of their problem, because like I say, Rodri, guys, he's don't score many goals, but one of their key players, breaking up defence, breaking up the play, starting the attack. But yeah, up against Bournemouth, guys, who sit in 2nd place in the table, 4 points behind leaders Arsenal. Bournemouth now have not lost a game for 6 games. They have now, in the last 6 games, won 3, drew 3, sit in 2nd place. I've got to say, man, Bournemouth, what a team this year. I say it to you all the time, they got hit hard the most during the transfer window, and the fact they are competing, literally top 4 this year is amazing story for a small club like Bournemouth. Yes, they are a small club, like we say, but fair play to them, man, right there. Imagine if Bournemouth can somehow compete with Arsenal all through the season. But yeah, Bournemouth won 2-0, and now sees them 2nd place. So I've got to say, guys, in my opinion, I've got Bournemouth to beat Man City 2-0. 0. We're now down to the final game of this game week. It is Sunderland versus Everton, guys, and just like Bournemouth, Sunderland are 4th place in the table. That is right, 2 games unbeaten streak, and Sunderland sitting 4th place. What I say to you, they signed so many players this year. I thought they might struggle, but they are competing, batting hard. Their captain this year, Granit Xhaka, he has been an outstanding performer for Sunderland, and all you Sunderland fans are going mental over how good he is. I've got to say, he has been your best player, fantastic player. 4th place in the table from promotion side. That is pretty solid. But yeah, up against Everton, who lost 3-0 to Tottenham. Now see them drop down to 14th place because they are now lost 2 on the bounce. And yeah, again, Everton, guys, we say all the time that they're going to be tough to beat at their home ground, but they lost 3-0 at their home ground to Tottenham. So yeah, I don't know. Everton will be fine this year. They've got such a good side, Grealish, Killingsley, Hull. But in my opinion, what Everton are lacking is an outstanding striker. That is what, yeah, they've got better. They've got Thierry Barry, but in my opinion, they aren't world-class players, and that is what they are lacking. Someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. I think, in my opinion, if they get into the transfer window in Jan, that is their main priority, to sign a striker. But overall, Everton, you know, first 9 games, 11 points. I think Everton, guys, want to bounce back this week, so I've got this game to end as a draw. That's why I've got Sunderland versus Everton to end as a 1-1 draw. And there we go, guys. That's my Premier League Game Week 10 predictions. If you did enjoy today's video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not ready, and if you did agree with any of my decisions and my choices and my predictions, start a conversation in the comment section and I shall get back to you. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching today's video. Game Week 10 is just around the corner, so sit back, relax, enjoy the weekend, guys. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week for a brand new one. Good, and good night.